Hey everybody, this is OK Day here back with another Ballionaire Infinite combo. Today I wanted to actually play around with one of these upgrades I haven't used very much. Uh, Doubter, I guess is how you pronounce this, or maybe Deuter, who knows. This is an upgrade that spawns ghost balls whenever a limited trigger consumes a charge. So basically what I want to do is fill the entire map with ghost balls and have the ghost balls create new ghost balls by hitting limited triggers and have this go forever. This sort of actually already forces my hand a bit because limited triggers by definition are limited. So there's only really two ways that I know of to get an unlimited number of uses on them. One is to generate them like with the frying pan, and another is to use fridges to give yourself an infinite number of charges. And I haven't yet figured out how to use the frying pan to great effect, so we are going to be using fridges to make this happen. But how can we generate infinite power with ghost balls? The only way to generate power, that is, to generate charges during a wave, not between waves, but during a wave, is with kilns. So in order to get ghost balls to power kilns, and also to get our original ball to power a kiln, I could either make fireballs everywhere, but I don't want to do that. I just want ghost balls everywhere. Or I could use the disguise, which we have not yet used on this channel. Any ball wearing the disguise simply has all ball types while wearing the disguise. So the idea is I'm going to have a disguise here that the first ball will hit. It's guaranteed to be a fireball along with the other types, so it will power whatever kiln it hits. And eventually we're going to be producing a bunch of ghosts which float upwards, and I want them to also be fireballs and hit other kilns. So I've done a little bit of testing on my own, and I found that actually if we make this whole row disguises and start generating ghosts below here, they will pick up the disguises and float up and power whatever kilns we put here, and we'll actually create an infinite combo. So the rest is just to fill in the fridges and the power outlets and stuff that we need, the infrastructure we need to make this an infinite combo. So I found that just a very clean setup is probably best, where we have just entire rows of one object type. The bottom being a notable exception because we have to power fridges, and in order to do that, we need gaps. So let's go ahead and get some power outlets. The idea is we're going to power everything, all these fridges, to get unlimited charges with all the kilns that we have on the screen. And not only that, every time we use a kiln, we burn a charge from the fridge to preserve the cooldown, and that will produce a ghost ball. The same actually happens with a disguise. Every time we grab a disguise, we will burn a charge on a fridge, creating another ghost ball. There is one last thing that we needed here to make this work, and this again just came from experimentation and trying on my own. But we need some parachutes. Do we? We need something here, at least, to use the charge on the fridge so that we can create a ghost ball that will then grab a disguise and power a kiln and continue this whole thing. But do we have to have parachutes? I'm not certain anymore. So what else could be something with the cooldown that we don't even really care about at all? Yeah, brooms would be funny. Sure, cameras, because they are useless to us except for the fact that they have a cooldown. This is just purely experimental. I'm wondering if we need the parachutes or if they were just helpful in that they provided a cooldown to suck up charges from the refrigerator and create ghost balls. So let's go ahead and try this and see if we get an infinite combo. It's looking decent so far. It's not really taking off the way it should, in my opinion. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay. Okay, I think it worked. I don't think we needed the parachutes after all. And judging by the game sounds, I think we might have gotten this into quite the state. I think this should be infinite, except I think it's going to crash my computer, actually. Yeah, let's go ahead and just let this run for a few minutes and see if the computer survives this. Alright, I'm back. I've only been gone a few minutes, but I can already see that this is just gonna keep doing the same thing over and over. I wonder if I were to speed this up to 2x, could we possibly crash the game? Let's give that a shot. Yeah, I'm not certain it will. Alright, well that's kind of a funny one. This seems a little unsatisfying, to be honest. But I think looking at this, I'm getting an idea of how to make a very simple infinite combo. So let me go try that and I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. I just experimented a little bit, and I think I found a way to get the same combo we just had, but quite a bit more manageable in that it won't freeze the game, but it'll still have the same effect. So the idea is the same. We're going to use a refrigerator and some disguises. And so the idea is, and of course we want the upgrade that makes ghosts. So the idea here is that we're going to be at some point grabbing one of these disguises, and as soon as we do that, we would have a cooldown of 2 seconds, but because of the fridge, we will actually skip that cooldown, consume 1 charge, and therefore create a ghost, right? The ghost will be created at this location, at the fridge's location, and then it'll go up. And what will it do when it goes up? Well, it'll hit one of these disguises, right? And what that'll do is, of course, well, use a charge from the fridge to skip the cooldown and create another ghost, which will then go up and use a charge and create another ghost. So we're going to have an infinite supply of ghosts here, as long as we don't run out of charges. Now, how do we avoid running out of charges? Well, that's what the disguises are for, right? They turn the ghosts into fireball ghosts, which means that we can actually just gain charges by hitting kilns. And no matter which way we go, we're going to go right then left, or right then right, or left then right, or left then left. We're going to hit a kiln, right? So we're going to produce some power. We just want to get that power back to ourselves. So let's put some power outlets here and one here, so that every time we produce any power, we get a bunch of power to the fridge. And then the last thing to realize is that we do run the risk of this kiln on the right and this kiln on the left actually having a 30-second cooldown, because they are not adjacent to this fridge. And so we just need 2 fridges that are next to them. Yeah, that's about it. So if we drop the ball, as long as it hits either disguise, this should be an infinite combo. And of course it didn't, so we gotta try again. Yep, that's a no-go. Oh, maybe? Yeah, there we go. I said it's more manageable than the last combo we had. It still is taking up the whole screen, and I can't see any of the pieces underneath. So, for example, I can barely see that there's like 1,000 charges on that fridge. That's one of the only things I can see. What I meant though is that the frame rate is not dropping like crazy. And so, this feels a little bit better than the last infinite combo. And I'm pretty certain this will be an infinite combo, just because it seems very unlikely that we would somehow miss the disguises with every ghost that we have here, since we're constantly making more and more ghosts and whatnot. Anyhow though, I will let this go on 2x speed for another few minutes and come back and see where we're at. Alright, and we're back. So it looks like this is a much more satisfying version of the first infinite combo. I don't know, I could probably make this a little bit better by getting rid of one of the disguises and using one of the switch gates. Probably, not entirely certain. But anyway, this is good enough for now. Anyhow, I'm happy to call it here. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.